Hello, welcome to the Gonk 2 tutorial. First off, we need to do a spray on the window. As always, make it light, not too thick, so that we can sketch out this gonk. Let's start with his hat, the bottom part. Always important to remember this. We are just sketching. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. Simply spray back over it again and redraw. It's just a rough sketch. Get everything in the rough area of what we want it, because we're going to be breaking it down as we go along. So now we'll start thickening up the images. We're going to go with the peak of the hat and the flower and the nose. Let's do the egg. Now let's go around each section. Now let's work the hat, spraying more on the left than we are the right. And now we'll push the spray. Push the scraper in, and that will create a nice thick white line. And round the nose. Just adding the little pattern in here before I spray again. Just remember to keep those lines curved when you're doing the eggs. Gives it that three-dimensional effect. And then just tighten up that line all the way around it. Now you can see that's really starting to pop out now. So the light's going to be hitting the top of that shoe. So we add a little bit there. And then push the spray in to create that thick white line. We've got that white spray on the left side of that shoe, on the right hand side there, giving a nice indication of where the light's coming from. Now we're doing the beard. Don't go all the way up to the hat and stay away from the right hand side of the nose. Just give that a little bit of space so we can create that shadow. So we've got a more thick white element on the left hand side of the beard. And you can see it sort of fading away on that right side now. But we still want a nice thick line. So just push that spray in. And now let's reinforce that shadow on the nose. Create a little light spray. That's looking good. So let's just tidy up this glove. That's his sleeve. And then just a little bit of spray on there. And then we can push that into place to create the arms. Remember, all detail is made using the scraper or the brushes. You're never using the spray to create solid lines. Let's just get rid of all of that excess. It can be a lot easier to get rid of once it's dried. There will always be marks, and that is why we add an atmospheric spray around any image. It gets rid of those lines, and it also adds a nice atmosphere. Like this is the bottom of his beard, in case you're wondering. So if you just stay away from the bottom of the gonk and just go as close up as you can on that left-hand side where the light is, and then we're sort of leaving it just underneath. So we're creating a natural shadow. This is a different way of doing it, or you can use the scraper to create a solid shadow. Depends what you like. Now let's just top up. Just add a little bit of thickness to certain areas. That's why you don't need to worry as you're going through the process. Sometimes it looks like things are moulding into one, but once you start outlining, everything becomes clear. So that is Gonk number 2 complete. Or maybe you could add a few Easter eggs around it, and that might finish it off nicely. So let's have a go at that. So use your knowledge from the Easter egg tutorial to add in whatever you want into this scene.